Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SATAC 2023, the 343rd versus 9G. How are you guys going? I hope you're all having a good day today. This is going to be a very, very exciting match. We have an extremely experienced Japanese team, the 343rd KU, versus a group of newcomers, 9G, cutting their teeth in the premier DCS PvP tournament. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too. Now, let's get the formalities out of the way and see which map we'll be fighting on first. Okie dokie. So, our map options are the Caucasus and Persian Gulf. I mean, we're having an option of 12. 3, 2, 1. We are on number 10, which is Ras versus Liwa, Light Cloud, midday. We'll get the server set up in the background. In the meantime, I hope that you guys are all having a good day today. Did you enjoy the first rounds of matches yesterday with ETF managing to cinch the victory, but a hard-fought battle with ACR doing the best that they can to make an impression, and they certainly did. I think that's a team to keep a close eye on as the competition progresses. And of course, today we have some familiar names that you guys will like very much. I'm sure that... Does the name Starry Fox 9 ring any bells with anyone? I don't know if anyone's run into this character on any of the DCS servers or communities that you've been hanging out with. I'm led to believe that he's in the 343rd, so we'll have to see what they have got to show us today. ACR will come back stronger. They did a good showing of themselves. Between the first match and the second, I think there was a real feeling that they had already improved. Have you guys got a team that you'll be supporting today? Have we got any 343rd fans in the chat? Have we got any new 9G fans in the chat? In fact, I was talking with some 9G members earlier. Their team only started 3 months ago, but they are from one of the larger Russian-speaking virtual pilot communities that do all kinds of things, PvP, PvE. I believe they do some civil aviation as well. They wanted to start a competitive team. So this is their very, very first competitive match ever. So I'm going to need you guys to pull together and cheer on 9G as they have their debut within SATAC. All right, we're just getting the server set up in the background. So while we get everything ready to go, I think that we have everything good. So we'll get the teams ready to join in the background. And then we'll do the coin flip. Now, the coin flip is the trickier part of it all. It's good to see some new faces here. I hope you guys are excited for some hard fighting. Welcome in. Hey, Dimlet. I hope you don't mind if we just keep the chat mostly English. I know that we have a Russian team doing their best here at the moment, but we do try and keep it together. And let me see. We need to get the passwords distributed out to the teams. Yes, 9G, go! Oh, I'm so glad that 9G has brought along some of their friends. I'm excited to see all kinds of new people in here. Welcome in, welcome in. You have some fireworks that are slowly crossing the boundary between fireworks and missiles. Okay, we'll get everyone gathered up into the server. Oh boy. The best thing about SATAC is the way that it brings people from all over the world together. And there's no There's no need to worry about the outside world when it comes to this sort of online combat. Ooh, in fact, maybe I'll put out a notice for the Russian viewers. Let's see. The local army station sent a helicopter where I was launching them at, and guy got bitched at. Oh no! You'll get in trouble. Let's see. Thank you for coming to support. Let's see if this works. I understand we have some international fans here. We're getting the server populated now. Awesome. All right. All right, Valik has picked heads, so let's see if we can do a coin flip. Alrighty, let's see if this works. Oops, I need to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and we'll do 0 there. Oh, I've properly broken it now. Okay, properties. There we go. They've picked heads and it's tails. So we shall get it's tails. 343. Pick starting side. Perfect. All right. I need to get this all a little bit better organized. All right. Welcome in. So who is here to support 9G? Who is here to support the 343rd? Put it out in chat and let us know what you think. And we'll get you something to look at. Yes, welcome in, SATAC. Welcome into SATAC, 9G. Just sending some messages back and forth. All right. Need a member of the 343rd to pick whether they start on red or blue. Awesome. So let's have a look at our battle area. Welcome to the Persian Gulf. This is where our fight will be happening today, straight over the top of Abu Dhabi International Airport, and even including some of the scenes of Dubai. Looks like they have picked blue. Okay. 9G, join red, spawn in and start. Report when ready. Awesome. We are getting started here. Let's have a look at a little bit of the terrain that we'll be dealing with. The southern area of the Persian Gulf can be a tricky area to fight in. Yes, my notifications are turned off, don't you worry. We will be watching all of the fighting uninterrupted. What I would really love to see is someone try and spoof some BVR missiles in amongst the high-rise buildings of Dubai. That would be cool. The terrain around here is very interesting, much flatter than some people would expect. So this will be a tricky long-range BVR fight, I reckon, with some extremely long-range missile launchers. Gorgeous views of the Burj Khalifa, I believe this is called. One of the highest, tallest buildings in the world. And hey, a perfect obstacle for an AIM-120C to not necessarily hit its point. Of course, the famous hotel. I've seen a Red Bull bushcraft aircraft land on this helipad here, if any of you guys have seen that video before. So, plenty of terrain, but very, very flat. Not like the Caucasus by any stretch of the imagination. Let's have a look and see who we have spawning in of our delightful Russian team. Looks like on 9G we have Yarkaz, Berkut, Velik, Hanslau, and Miha Pronin. Had the pleasure of talking to a few of these guys earlier on, and they seem absolutely fantastic and ready to go. This is their first competitive match ever. Got their skins all installed at the moment, so hopefully once they get all armed up and ready to go, they will put on their team liveries. I double-checked that they were installed and working, so fingers crossed everything's okay. Yes, good luck to them all. Looks like they're bringing 3 F-18s and 2 F-16s. Important to remember the loadout restrictions for SATAC. A maximum of 4 Fox 3 missiles. So, 4 AIM-120Cs, or 4 AIM-54s, or 4 R-77s, I guess. Awesome. They're getting all set up. And even we've got a J-11A. Oh, here we go. Looking good, looking good. So here we have the J-11 coming along with the SD-10s, actually. That's interesting. I assume that's all within the rules. Looking good with the ECM pods on the wingtips and getting driven around and getting ready for the fight. Let's go have a look at the 343rd side. So, for the 343rd, we have Xbox, Papa No, Starry Fox 9, VIP, Unamusuke, and Rossman. Some familiar names if you remember watching last year. And in fact, electing to go for the F-15C as opposed to the F-15E. Now that's an interesting choice. You see, the old girl's got some life in her yet. And the 343rd, famously a Japanese squadron. So, hence why the match is a little bit earlier on today. And here we have the venerable starry Fox 9, easily identified by the fact that his plane's got a little bit of art on it, just making sure that something might have gone wrong here. We won't ask too many questions. Sorry, Fox 9, a well-known community member and wonderful friend to many people within the DCS and aviation community. Are any of these guys your friends? Do you know them? Are you friends with these guys? Have you hung out with them before? Have you flown with them before? Oh, I sure hope everything's okay with the skins for 9G. Because I did confirm that they had all installed okay, but it looks like they're not wearing them just at the moment. Still horny bonked? Look, we don't ask too many questions about what Starry's up to. So what are we looking at in terms of terrain here? This is going to be very curious because the terrain around here is just so flat. What do you reckon? Some super long-range BVR missile shots? I mean, look at how flat this terrain is. You're not going to be hiding behind the Caucasus Mountains to avoid missile shots. Not in this kind of terrain. Are you guys good at notching? I think you're going to have to be to get away with some of the shots that are going to be pulled over here. A tricky map to be given on your first outing in SATAC, but that's part of the fun of competition. The Tomcat feels pretty good on Persian Gulf. Absolutely, but by the same token, once you guys have selected your planes, you can't swap them afterwards, so it is definitely a case where no one has elected to bring the Tomcat for this one. It looks like the long-range shooter for 343rd is going to be the F-15C. The R-27 ERs are useful, yes, but it looks like the J-11 for 9G has elected to bring along the SD-10s instead. Do they choose before or after map selection? Afterwards. Once they know which map they're on, they just occupy the slots and they have to keep them. Let's have a look. Oh, now this is the worst part about the Tomcats. Not the Tomcats, rather, the Hornets. The Hornets, they bring asymmetrical loadouts sometimes. Oh, grotesque. Grotesque. Oh, well, we'll deal with it. And the F-16Cs as well coming in. So it'll be interesting to see. You see, this is the mark of a professional team. They won't bring their wing tanks until they lined up on the runway. Make sure they get every little sip of fuel they can. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you guys are having a good day. Okay. Looks like 9G is heading out to their start point. The very first lineup of their very first match in SATAC. And they even managed to get a little bit of a rough start by getting one of these airfields where you have to taxi all the way to the back till you get yourself lined up for the start. Well, I do have their skins installed, but it doesn't look like they've got them on just yet. Never mind. I'll double check with them afterwards and make sure we've got everything. I have their liveries installed. I'm just not sure why they're not showing up. Because I double checked and I joined in on the server and made sure that they loaded in and they were all working like they were supposed to. So maybe I was given different files or something. I'll take the responsibility for that one, I'm sorry. Once this match is finished, I'll even show you that I did it. Alright. 9G is heading towards the runway. It looks like the F-18s will be... It's always unfortunate when the skins aren't working. Yeah, I know. But weirdly enough, I definitely have them installed. I've got them all downloaded. I made sure of it this morning. I know I did. Oh, well. Let's have a look at the liveries. Yeah, I've got the 9G Hornet all installed for the F-18. Maybe I'll give my game a quick restart just to make sure that everything's good and working at the end. Looks like 9G is lining up on the runway and getting set for the start. Meanwhile, the 343rd starts making their way down to the runway. F-16 next to the J-11 is like a dog next to an elephant. You're not wrong. Okie dokie. So who have we got leading the way? We have Xbox followed by Unamusuke, followed by VIP, followed by Starry Fox 9, then Papa No, and right in the back we have Rossman in the F-15C. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Once the match gets started, we'll put on some cool music. Uptown Girl may not be what we're looking for. Leading the way for 9G, we have Yarkaz and Valik. Following them, we have Burkut and then Cert. And right at the back, we have Hanslau and Miha Pronin. All right, let's get some battle music going on. Billy Joel is not dogfighting music. All right, let's see if we can get everything sounding a bit cooler. 9G is reporting ready. All right, let's have a look at this group all set up. Looking fearsome. A good mix of planes for this environment, I think. The F-18s often opting to bring the Sparrows on the fuselage. They can come in handy in a pinch. J-11 bringing along some SD-10s, some R-27ERs, and all kinds of things. What was the track name? It was Billy Joel, Uptown Girl. And then the F-16's looking good. Ooh, he's got the A9Ms on the wingtips. Now, that's an interesting choice. Typically, people prefer to put the AIM-120Cs on the wingtips. That's technically how you're supposed to do it, but let's be honest. Let's not worry too much about what we're technically supposed to be doing. Let's have a look at the 343rd, Xbox leading the way as everyone gets lined up on this midday in the Persian Gulf with clear skies. No, it probably doesn't matter in DCS. It's a fuselage fatigue thing. And of course, we have the F-15, capable of carrying more AIM-120Cs than 4, but obviously you're limited to 4. So typically, there's two schools of thought when it comes to the F-15C. Some people like to put the Sparrows at the back, and some people like to put them at the front, claiming that there is some small change in drag depending on where you put them. I'm not entirely sure if the difference is huge, but we will see what comes of it. Looks like we've got ECM pods on the F-16 for 343rd. The F-15C having ECM built in, and the F-18s having some capacity for ECM on their fuselage as well, but not typically used, but we'll see what comes of it. Okie dokie, we are looking good, fearsome, and fueled up and ready to go on the Persian Gulf. If you guys had to guess, who would you put your money on? Would it be the experienced Japanese veterans or the rough and tumble, highly trained Russian newcomers? I've been told that 9G has been training and working hard. Okay, both teams ready. Get set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. Alright, the F-16 for 343rd, taking off down the runway. Good luck, everyone. Meanwhile, the two F-18s just waiting for their cue to go. Let's see if we can find Starry Fox 9. Looks like Starry is the third in line here at the moment. The 343rd's F-16 leads the way. It'll be interesting to see that in this long-range BVR fight, whether or not we get enough kinetic energy imparted on these missiles from the F-18s. I know that they have a bit of an undeserved reputation for being a tiny bit slow. Looks like Yarkaz and Velike leading the way, followed by Burkut taking off in the F-18. Electing not to use the afterburners on takeoff. I think their thought is that this is going to be a fight where you need every drop of fuel you've got. You reckon these fights are going to get close? 343rd are a heavy push team. Let's see, the J11 of CERT taking off as well. Looking good, if I do say so myself. Electing to bring the ECM pods on the wingtips instead of more R-73s. And then right at the back, we have Hanslau and Miha Pronin. Let's see if they take off shortly. Good luck, 9G. Congratulations on participating in your very first competitive match. I hope that everything goes well, and I am cheering you on. Well done. Let's get some good luck in chat for 9G as they start off their very first competitive DCS match. Let's get the map looked at. The current closure between the two teams, Xbox leading the way. Separation of 133 nautical miles. Looks like Unamusuke and VIP are climbing up high. Passing through 26,000 feet and climbing. The jets of the 343rd looking good as they just pass underneath their Boeing E-3 Century AWACS. A little bit of a situational awareness benefit for the F-18 as we see the drop tanks drop away from the centerline of what I believe to be VIP. He's used up plenty of fuel, just getting up to altitude. We have Starry Fox 9 heading up to 30,000. Look at these contrails. Isn't this special? Just be careful you don't run into the E3 Century. There we go. Providing valuable insight to all of the teams. Good luck. Well, this has to be Starry Fox 9's aircraft. Can't you believe it? All right. So, the rules. Once a team has entered the circle, the opposing team has 5 minutes to contest. If one team occupies the circle without being contested for 5 minutes, the win is by default. If the circle is contested, you have to shoot down the enemy or push them out. But to win, you still have to have enough fuel to make it back to base and land, even after destroying all of the enemy. We have the 343rd being the first in the circle, and then Velike joining in and contesting the circle. The fight is on, and it is time for these two teams to push each other out and see what they can do. Now, we know that the 343rd is a very aggressive team. It looks like Xbox is leading the way here, with the ECM pod on the F-16 likely making plenty of noise to potentially hide his comrades. It's a common tactic to use the ECM to hide people who are flying behind you, and considering that the majority of the 343rd is flying at 30,000 feet behind these aircraft, we can see that the ECM will be hiding these contrailing planes that are coming up the rear. Current distance between the two teams is 87 nautical miles. if you've got a good radar on something like the F-15C, or if you're getting lucky with the F-18, then you may just be able to pick up some targets here, but not within weapons engagement range at all. We're seeing some formation flying. You can see Unamusuke and Starry Fox 9 forming up in a battle formation. It's common for jets to operate in pairs in these sorts of combat situations. Looking good with these AIM-120Cs, the go-to Western Fox 3 missile. Some interesting behaviours had been observed of the AIM-120C yesterday. Some people saying that they were potentially wiggling a little bit too much. Meanwhile, we have Velike at 23,000 feet, Miha Pronin at 30,000 feet, Hanslau at 20,000 feet, and Berkut and Yarkaz at 20,000 feet. In a fairly loose formation, the F-18s are sticking together in the eastern side, and the mix of other planes are just heading together in the northern group. Meanwhile, it looks like that the 343rd is enthusiastic to make sure that this fight takes place along the coastline, where potentially some of the buildings that people have set up down here will provide some degree of cover and concealment. Of course, when it comes to a Fox 3 fight, it can be potentially a little bit tricky to break those locks. Those contrailing aircraft comfortably at about 32,000 feet now. You can hear the sonic booms, as it's not long before we will see our first missile shots. I think current distance is 50 nautical miles between Xbox and Velike. Miha Pronin at 35,000 feet, currently the highest altitude aircraft in the match, and heading along the coast in full afterburner. Those fuel tanks can't have much left in them. We'll probably see our first shots any moment now. The F-15C from Rossmann has now climbed up to 38,000 feet, so absolutely going stratospheric at the moment, likely preparing for the first missile shot of the match, and it goes off the wings. We have an AIM-120C in the air, heading off towards Miha Pronin, a 31 nautical mile shot. Make sure you lose a little bit of altitude there. Miha Pronin definitely aware that there's probably something in the air and losing a bit of altitude now. We'll see what happens. Missiles closing in. No response just yet from 9G as they head into the opening stages of battle. In fact, I think that missile may not have been at Miha Pronin. Meanwhile, we have a SD-10 launched from the J-11 heading in response. Just 1 second and we'll take a look at that. I have knocked something over on my desk. Okay, the SD-10 from Miha Pronin, from 9G. Doesn't look like it has track on anything, this AIM-120C, with a little bit of speed, but looks like it's just going down in altitude now. Miha Pronin and Rossmann currently within 13 nautical miles of each other, but Miha Pronin is right down near the dirt, and Velike turning cold as there is a missile coming out. Rossmann fires another AIM-7, actually, towards Miha Pronin, a Fox 1 missile, as an AIM-120C is fired in response towards Rossmann. Rossmann at very high altitude at the moment, going to have to go evasive here. Can we see whether or not that's going to connect? Rossmann is going cold and very fast. No impacts on either side just yet. Rossmann having to go cold as that missile is chasing him down, but it's got not enough speed. VIP launches an AIM-120C, immediately going defensive against Yarkaz, who is potentially in trouble here, ditching altitude as fast as they can. Be careful, Yarkaz. This missile has got energy and it's looking fearsome. Going cold and potentially dumping some countermeasures. Oh, maybe not quite. May not need it just yet. Pulling that missile down into the thick air. The SD-10 trashed and not going anywhere. Yarkaz flying right down on the deck, confident in having had beat that missile. Looks like Hanslau is heading in to take the next shot. Better be careful you don't overextend. You're going to get that missile off the rails? There it goes. AIM-120C launch towards Rossmann. The range is only 8 nautical miles. Rossmann, have you overextended here? What are you doing up at that altitude? That is going to be a tricky dodge. Relying on the notch. Is Rossmann that good at guesstimating engagement ranges? Oh, Rossmann. Oh, Rossmann. Oh, Rossmann, don't tell me. No. Oh, you're kidding. Okay, Rossmann shows that, yeah, I'm not stressed. I can just handle flying in formation with a missile for a little while. Starry Fox 9 has an R-27 ET flying around. Doesn't look like it has track on anything. Rossmann getting very lucky there. Watch that TAC view and go, ooh, oh, geez, that was potentially a little bit closer than we might have liked. But 9G is pushing hard. 343rd being forced just to take into account the... Whoa! Flying very close to each other. Anume Suke firing a missile towards Miha Pronin, who doesn't appear to be going defensive just yet. Okay, Miha Pronin's pulling some serious shapes. Fires a missile in response. Let's see if Miha Pronin can evade. And Miha Pronin comfortably gets away with it, an AIM-120C heading back towards Inamu Suke. You see, when you're at this low altitude, these missiles, the energy just sucks right off them. We have CERT, will be the next one, as Starry Fox 9 fires an AIM-7P. We have an SD-10A from the J-11. These two missiles will cross in the air. That SD-10 just not catching track of anything. That AIM-7P undoubtedly just not going for anything at the moment. All 6 pilots still in the air. The F-15C at 33,000 feet launches an AIM-120 towards the eastern group headed up by Yarkaz and Velike. Hanslau fires an AIM-120C towards Rossmann. It's got a lot of altitude to cover. And can Rossmann turn cold in time to get away from it? Rossmann seems to know his engagement ranges. Papineau launches 2 AIM-120Cs in quick succession. Looks like a dual target track. We have 3 AIM-120Cs in the air as Yarkaz and Velike turn cold under the onslaught of missiles coming from Papineau. Another AIM-120C launched from Papineau at close range. Miha Pronin realizing that he has to go defensive very, very quickly and very aggressively here, as that missile has energy and intent. Let's see if he's got away with it. And I think Miha Pronin has just got away with it. There are missiles streaking away in the air. Miha Pronin successfully dodges. We have R-27 ETs and AIM-120Cs exchanging in both directions. We have short-range shots. I don't know who to look at here. Hanslau and VIP trading shots at close range. Both trashed into the terrain. And we have no impacts just yet. AIM-120C in the air going for CERT. Does not have the speed to catch up with 9G's pilots. So many missiles fired, so few kills. Starry Fox 9 and VIP are the ones heading in. Burkut launching a missile, got the altitude advantage. Comes off the wings with force. VIP sends an AIM-120C in response. This is going to be a joust at 6 nautical miles. Let's see if 9G can secure their first kill. And it gets lost in the terrain. No dice. This AIM-120C fight in response has some energy, but it looks like it's been lost in the terrain as well. These missiles all notched. "9G pulling a tactical retreat as the 343rd with violent intent start pushing. But everyone's launched a lot of their missiles and burnt a lot of their fuel. We have Starry Fox 9 and Miha Pronin. Starry fires an AIM-120C and Miha Pronin, and Miha Pronin launches one in return. The range is only 5 nautical miles. Has Miha Pronin's luck run out? Oh, jeez! Miha Pronin gets away with it. And so does Starry. Velike with an AIM-120C coming in red hot. Splash! There goes the first one. Velike goes down for 9G. Miha Pronin, you're in trouble. Can you defend against this missile? It's got speed. It's got lock. It's right behind him, and he's dodged it. Unless he flies straight back into it. Ah, jeez, oh no. Okay, the 343rd, we have Rossman firing an AIM-120C downwards towards Hanslau, who dodges it just by the skin of their teeth. That is impossibly close. Miha Pronin now in the mix with quite a few different aircraft. Looking within visual range, AIM-120Cs just being fired off everywhere. Can't have too many countermeasures and too many missiles left. Miha Pronin realizing that the 343rd are all over them. Hanslau looks like has a C-fit. Miha Pronin in serious trouble here. So we've lost 2 for 9G and none for the Japanese just yet. Berkut comes along, launching AIM-120Cs. VIP overextending here, but only has heatseekers left. Let's see. This AIM-120C doesn't look like it has lock on anything, but this one flies directly over the top. The terrain masking is a difficult game to play. Miha Pronin heading in for a merge. Do they know that one another are there? They're closing in. This is a dogfight. Looks like Starry Fox 9 pulls in on the tail of Miha Pronin, who doesn't seem to have the situational awareness to know the situation he's in. And bang! There they go. AIM-9Ms dealing with it. We have Berkut and Yarkaz. The last 2 remaining hopes for 9G. Berkut currently equipped with 1 AIM-120C, 2 Sparrows, and 2 AIM-9Ms. Yarkaz with 2 AIM-120Cs. So let's see if we can get away with anything here. Berkut in serious trouble here, relying on the buildings for ground covering. And doesn't quite get away with it as the missiles just overwhelm the defenses. The last one we have left is Yarkaz. The final hope for 9G. Yarkaz reaching out all the way to the most northern point of the circle. We're seeing some of that textbook 333rd aggression happening here. As Yarkaz says, I'm not going to make this easy for you. Missiles in the air, launched against the aggressively attacking 343rd. That missile comes off the wings. It's got plenty of targets to look for down here. We have Xbox coming in and launching an AIM-120C against Yarkaz, who fires one in response. And another... Oh, they're AIM-9Ms. Yarkaz, have you got the countermeasures to deal with that? Missiles coming off. Looks like those AIM-9Ms are trashed as they splash into the dirt. Aim 7 comes off the wings. Looks like Xbox is in the merge. Let's see. Some gunfire coming out. And bang. There we see 9G. Sadly, being dealt with. And that's it. The 343rd take control of the battle area as their pilots begin the long ride home. The first round, assuming that someone can get home and land, belongs to the 343rd. Excellent flying. Though the 9G, I think, were not going to make it easy for them. That was a tough fight. Let's have a look at the stocks of missiles. VIP with nothing left. Unamisuke with nothing left. Papa No only has heat seekers left. Starry Fox 9 with nothing left. Rossman with nothing left, but decided to keep the fuel tank. Xbox with nothing left. 9G forced the 343rd to fire every single missile they have. Well, that was a tough fight. Let's go and have a look on the TAC view. Oh, shit. My TAC view didn't connect. Oh, bugger. Okay, the TAC view will have to come later, as unfortunately the TAC view there has not saved correctly. Bugger. Give me 1 second, I just need tech support. We'll see if we can grab the track file for that one. Golly, it is a bit scuffed today. Anyway. Let's have a look at 343rd as they head back home. Of course, all originating from Japan as well. In fact, let's just see if I can grab a track file here. 1 second. All right. TAC view file will be a little bit delayed, but don't you worry about that. We'll have plenty to look at in no short order. Yes, we appreciate all of our Russian fans with us today. I do ask that if at all possible, it would be really nice to speak English. Okay, let's just check. Golly, this can get a little bit overwhelming sometimes. How are you guys going? What did you think of that first match? What do you think that 9G could potentially do differently next time to hopefully get their fight up just a little bit? Hopefully this translation looks good. We'll see. Okay. Who have we got heading home? Papa No turned back home quite early, I think, realizing that with no weapons left, there was not too much that they could do. Potentially having had burnt quite a lot of fuel. Was it a 343rd match last year where we ran into the situation where one of the Hornets, I think, had to shut down an engine to get back home because it had no fuel left? I think it was Starry Fox 9 that got into that situation. Does anyone remember? Yeah, fluent in Google Translate. It's all I can do, you know? You've got to try and make the entire situation as welcoming as it can be for people from all over the world. But I can't talk to you if I can't read what you're saying, and I want to be able to talk to you. You think Starry didn't make it home? I thought he did with the engine shut down. Well, I hope you guys are all having a very good time. I know I am. There were a few that didn't make it home last. In fact, yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Starry that didn't make it back and crashed into the terrain. Now that is a... oh, that's a tough one. That was a 15. Too many competitive events? Yes. 9G, never give up. Have we got any 9G fans in chat? Is there something we can say to support our newcomers? A little bit of a chant, a little bit of a cheer. If you're here for 9G, let us know. Okay. A little bit of formation flying to show off. Yeah, getting 343rd as your very first opponents is a tricky one, but you can improve when you're faced with adversity, so... Okay. When we get a server restart, once the landings happen, I might just quickly restart my DCS just to see if I can fix some of these liveries. It's a lot to keep track of, but I think we're having a good time. Always exciting when it gets to 1-1. Exactly. Yes, and I spoke to the 343rd before this match, and they said, we're very excited to have a new team in the competition. We hope that 9G does their very best. Was it the 343rd that was the victim on Persian Gulf of the 100,000-foot AIM 120C shot? I get the feeling that that was an F-15 firing against the 343rd and it connected, but I forget that, I forget whether or not that was this situation that we saw. Okay, got me a new livery. Fill out my folder. Perfect. Can always quickly check in the mission editor. Yeah. I'll make sure to show off the 9G skins for you guys. I've just been given the F-16 skins for the 343rd as well. And in fact, Hex, do I have to fully restart DCS to get the deliveries to load, or is just a fresh mission load enough to get them to initialize? 9G seems relaxed and focused. Is anyone here friends with the members? Is it yes to what? Restart, okay. Cool. Is anyone here friends with the fellows from 9G? Can you tell us anything about them? Pardon me. Roger that. Thank you to my on-call technical support team. Yeah, they fly F-16s. This is Xbox. One of the 343rd. Well, I'll get the TAC view for you guys shortly so that we can have a look at what's going on, but in the meantime we'll have a look at this landing as it happens. A landing's always opportunity for a bit of a victory lap for the team that has managed to cinch the win. Alright, chat, if you were competing in SATAC, what do you think you would fly? If you wanted to be as competitive as possible, what would be your pick? I'm not entirely sure what I would go for. Part of me wants to say the F-18, because I always seem to have better situational awareness in the F-18. But then again, the Su-27 is my favourite. The F-16 is a brilliant BVR aircraft. I don't think I'm good enough with the F-15 to be able to take it into battle. The JF-17 after yesterday's matches, many options, but the flanker, the JF-17, I think people underestimate the JF-17 massively when it comes to BVR fights. With 6 7s and 2 9s. Oh, going for the pure Fox 1 loadout. That's a tricky fight. As we watch Xbox come in to secure the landing and subsequent victory for 343rd. We were supposed to buy first fight against the 51st, but had to pull out. You're going to go with the Jeff or the J11A. Oh, sorry to hear that you had to pull out, but the Jeff is a good choice in these matches, I think. 18, because you don't know the Viper, and that data link is really high-end. Also competitively fast if you knock off 2 of the pylons. Yeah. And fuel management does become a little bit of an issue in some of the smaller jets like the F-16. And that looks like round 1 goes to the 343rd. The situation awareness on the JF-17 is good at the moment. However, it is broken at the moment as, unfortunately, ED is aware of a bug where the data link on the JF-17 is no good. You're eating pizza? Fantastic. I'm not sure what I'll have for dinner tonight. With the HMD, the Jeff would be a beast. Oh, look. I think we're all thinking that. Sorry, Fox 9. Makes it down onto the ground. Uname Suke, the third in line for the 343rd, with Papa No, Rossman, and VIP coming in to land as well. Oh, I don't know if that's desync, but that's a pretty gnarly bounce. Still, any landing you can walk away from. Yeah, if you're using the gun in the JF-17, it's always a tough fight. Papa No, the fourth for 343rd to come in to have a landing. Ooh, I've been given some new liveries. Let's have a look. Alright, I'll do just a touch of technical fixins here, so give me 1 minute as we get everything working the way it should. It also has a forward pylon for the TGP. Now that would be cool. Liveries give a plus 0.5 to win chance. Oh, I see. Well, we can't ignore an advantage like that. Okay, I've got some new liveries to install. Give me 1 second. F16. Okay. And who have we still got left? We've got Rossman coming in next. Cool. And 1 more to go. These dudes should just do a pattern. Oh, look. There's style points to be had everywhere. And 1 more to go. Perfect. Okay. F-15 lands. The streamer should be ATC. I'd be bad at that. 342 VIP, Victor India Papa. You are cleared into the pattern. That was a rough one. It's an F-15, come on. Those spindly little landing gear, they never stood a chance. Victor India Papa, you're on glide soap. Call the ball. We are seeing asymmetrical engine usage here. Might have accidentally used up a little bit too much fuel. VIP, sadly, running on the one engine landing. Any landing you can walk away from, right? Looking good. All right. And that's all of the 343rd. All done. And they've put themselves in the parking shelters. Starry Fox 9, you're the wrong way round. Come on. That would have been cool if everyone got in the right order. Okay. I'm going to trigger the restart and also ask them to restart the server. All right, first round to the 343rd. You shut up, Starry. Focus on the match. All right, let me just fix some things here. We are heading into round 2. Okay, and I'm gonna quickly restart DCS. Nihon Ichiban. And if we're lucky, we might even end up with something to look at. All right, let's see. We'll disconnect from real-time telemetry. Okay. Okay. So while the server restarts and I get everything working, we will have a look at TAC View. The opening fights were interesting. This AIM-7M shot, I've seen it before. Is this the shot that Rossman? No. You see, Rossman was just playing with fire this whole time. This must be it. Yeah. This is how you know how fast a missile goes and how fast you go. Because Rossman was a little bit cheeky getting away from this one. Missiles just... I mean, how far away is that? That's got to be like just a few hundred meters. Okie dokie, let's see. Server should be restarting now. Liveries reinstalled. Hopefully I can see 9G in their full deserved glory. Rossman looking good. Even though 9G didn't manage to score a kill, I would say that their performance was very good. Just look at these AIM-120Cs. The 343rd just don't want to let them get away. The pushing is just unfathomable. Of course, you don't see all of the buildings and terrain around here. Let's just have a quick look and see. We have 6 still in the air here. Yeah, so there we have the first trade that doesn't go quite the way it meant to. Starry Fox 9 launching against Miha Pronin. Miha Pronin going for the notch against this AIM 120C. Does he manage to get away from it? Oh, it impacted the ground so close to Miha Pronin that it did damage, but it didn't take him out. And this is when you start to get very stressed in the air as you are behind enemy lines, dodging the missile mid-flight. An absolute clinic of flying ability put on by Miha Pronin. Look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. And let's see. Missiles back and forth. Let's see where things go wrong for Hanslau here. Hanslau having Papa No and Unomu Suke caught at a little bit of too high an altitude with an F-16C right nearby, and there's just no getting away from that. And then things start getting a little bit exciting here. Just make sure that everything is good. And can I see everyone's beautiful skins? So, has the server fully restarted? I just need to make a note. Awesome. Well, time for number 2. We'll connect up the real-time telemetry. The players are switching sides. While everything's getting ready, let's not forget to thank the sponsors for SATAC 2023. Heatblur, Eagle Dynamics, VKB, Magnitude 3, Decker Ironworks, Razbam, TacView, and Lot ATC for supporting this wonderful event as we prepare for round number 2. I hope that the liveries work for 9G, as I have fully reinstalled them now. Doesn't quite seem like it. Damn it! I'm afraid I'm multitasking at the moment. Yuri Efimov, but thank you for the feedback. Not going to read out all of these comments. Well, this is frustrating. Why aren't the liveries working like they're supposed to? I reinstalled them entirely from scratch. Poor old Cert having to spawn all the way in the back over here and get the engine switch on. Meanwhile, with any luck, we will have F-16 skins for the 343rd, and we do! I did restart the whole lap, which is why the 343rd's F-16 skins are working now. So we might have to coordinate with 9G just to make sure that the skins that we have are the same as the ones that they have. Because everything should be installed just the way it's meant to be. Well, yes, the skins were given to me in zipped format. I installed them both zipped and unzipped. Just to double check and double cross my bases, but it doesn't seem like it's took, which is a shame. I mean, if I can even show you. That can be a folder within the zip. Yeah, you see, I did install that too. I mean, if I get cheeky for just a second here and I spawn in one of the F-18s. We have a look. We see that, there we go, we have the 9G skins and I can apply it. And it gives me the 9G skin, it just doesn't show it for them. I don't know why that is happening. The weirdest thing is that I can put the 9G skins on myself, I just can't see theirs. So maybe we have a small desynchronization within the naming of the different skins or something like that. We'll help them troubleshoot it, and they can help me. I'm not going to participate. I can't compete with these pilots. They're all brilliant. As 9G heads over to the runway, we check that we have everything connected. TAC view is live and ready. 9G looking gorgeous as they prepare out onto the runway, having had switched sides this time, which means that 343rd has a little bit more of the town to battle into. As they get ready and going, this will be Starry Fox 9. You can tell by the iconic weebness of his aircraft. Cannon fodder is always useful. We like to call them canaries. And it's this time that the 343rd has to go and do the long drive. Let's hear some cheers in chat for 9G. Good luck. 9G fans, good luck. Beautifully taxiing their way down. Looks like 9G is leaving one of the Hornets just to pause and take the runway after everyone else is gone. Good luck to 9G. The newcomers looking gorgeous and organized, ready to take full advantage of what they've got. As the fighter jets of the 343rd take the conveniently placed U-turn. Starry Fox 9 leading the formation. So, for the 343rd, we have Starry Fox 9 in the front, VIP and Anumasuke following in behind, Xbox and Papa No behind them, and then in the back we have Rossman, and then over on the blue side, leading the way, we have Valakue, Yarkaz in F-18s, we have Miha Pronin and Hanslau in F-16s, Cert in the J-11, and then Burkut following up in the F-18C. So they sit there ready with their engines, turning and burning, ready to go. We should have the 343rd tell us they're ready in just one moment. This will be your last opportunity to grab a drink, go to the bathroom, do what you need to do, because we are about to start. As the F-16s put on their fuel tanks and get ready to go. Some pilots don't like to put on the fuel until they have taxied up to the starting line, as they want to get every drop they can, and the 343rd does like to drink fuel. So they'll need every last drop. Oh, I see. The, a little bit of a rearmament happening for the F-15. I see how it is. Looks like it might be taking off the wing bags. Knob on your left console. I'm sure they know how to turn off the lights if they need to. It's a very bright and sunny day, so I'm not sure it would make too much of a difference. Just got to wait for this F-15 to rearm, and then we are good to go. Come on, 343rd. What are we waiting for? Uh-oh, Rossman had to open up the canopy to rearm. Okay, both teams ready. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. All right, and there begins round 2. With the 3 jets taking off in formation. Meanwhile, the 2 F-18s of 9G leading the way. Looking good, but no afterburner just yet. Want to save that fuel. Good luck, 9G, taking off for their second ever competitive fight over the difficult terrain of the Persian Gulf, where you've got nothing but ground masking to hide you from those AIM-120C shots. Meanwhile, the F-16s are now taking to the stage as the second takeoff for 9G begins. Those powerful engines taking flight on a hot and sunny day. As we see, everyone get ready. We have real-time telemetry for this one. As Velike and Yarkaz are taking off and preparing for battle, heading towards the zone. Looks like the runway for 343rd is clear as the Japanese pilots take to the skies and climb up to 30,000 feet. What's the air temperature? That's a good question. 20 degrees, so not too hot. We'll say warm. The F-18's already passing 30,000 feet for 343rd. Those contrails providing a ample opportunity to be seen. Let's have a look at how 9G are doing. The current separation between the teams will be around about 120 nautical, I would say. Yep, 120 exact. Looks like we have Yarkaz heading north, Velike just to their east, Miha, Pronan and Hanslau in the F-16s, forming up in a loose formation at 10,000 feet on the eastern side. And then following up at the rear, we have Berkut and Surt. Looks like the first ones to enter the zone will be the 343rd in a relatively close formation. And the 343rd are the first to open the battle as they enter the battle area, but 9G is just about to join in and make this a contested fight. A large altitude advantage for the 343rd as they have elected to climb up high. Current separation is approximately 99 nautical miles as we see 9G forming up close. The Persian Gulf is a beautiful map. I do like once you get into the northern territory as well. There's some nice hilly terrain to operate in. Plenty of opportunity to get sneaky. Good environment for helicopter work as well, I think. Good terrain to fly around in just about any different aircraft. The close formation of the 343rd forming the spearhead as we have 4 jets right up close to each other. Probably utilizing the electronic warfare of the 2 F-16s as well to disguise their intent and numbers a little bit. Current separation between the two groups is 80 nautical miles. We have 9G in a very impressively straight battle line as they progress in a 4-ship down towards the combat area. Tell us something about that palm on the ground. Well, I mean, we can talk about the fact that this one was built, but no one wants to live there. And this one was built, and people really don't want to live there. And the World Islands, well, let's not even go there. We see the F-16s peeling off left and right for the 343rd, as the F-18s stay in close formation. F-16s serving as a screen here, and then we see the F-18s begin turning away in beautiful formation. The 343rd have been doing this for a very long time. Got to spend that oil money somewhere. Hey, look. Oh, wow. Let's have a look at the quality of this battle line from 9G. This is great. For a new team to be organizing themselves in this sort of concentrated force is actually quite impressive. So we'll have the spearhead of 343rd crashing against the wall of 9G. Looks like Rossman and Papineau are going to be the vanguard of the 343rd formation at 36,000 feet. Meanwhile, Starry Fox 9 and the F-18s have circled back around, letting the speedier jets take the forefront as this F-16 is rapidly approaching 40,000 feet. This is looking tense. We currently have a separation of 39 nautical miles. We saw the first shot of the first match happen around about now. So we'll have a look. Rossman and Papineau look like they're lining up for the opening shots. And we have the very first missile off the rails, passing 50,000 feet in its loft profile. And that looks like it's heading straight towards either Hanslau or Miha Pronin. Another AIM-120C shot from Papineau at 40,000 feet. And they start losing that altitude. They just wanted to be up high for those opening salvos. The battle line of 9G staying firm in the face of this opening shot. But you're going to have to react. If you're not careful, these missiles will connect. Come on, 9G. Oh, that was a narrow dodge. Miha Pronin playing with that missile. And the second one going dumb for Hanslau. Two very narrow dodges. Golly. 9G has not come here to play around. Papineau and Rossman with two very good AIM-120C missile shots that find nothing. Yalkaz has a missile right near him, but looks to have had evaded it. That missile coming with vicious intent, but all out of energy. More shots to come as Velike and Papineau are only 12 nautical miles away from each other. More AIM-120C shots from Papineau, who is at 30,000 feet. And a second AIM-120C off the wing, using those missiles with alacrity, Papineau having to turn cold. These missiles going to have to contend with intense ground clutter as Velike and Yalkaz engage in a notch against the ground clutter. Let's see if it works. Oh, Jesus! Is he damaged? That was a close shot. Okay. Undamaged, apparently. Rossman firing off more AIM-120Cs. Sturt firing off an SD-10 towards Unamusuke. VIP fires an AIM-120C towards Berkut as Hanslau and Starry Fox 9 trade AIM-120s back and forth with each other. That missile trashes itself in the dirt, so does the ones towards Starry Fox 9. Have about 8 missiles in the air at the moment. AIM-120C towards Berkut at high altitude with quite a lot of speed, but Berkut should be able to go cold and get rid of that one. Hanslau and Starry Fox 9 entering within short range of each other. Missiles off the wings, countermeasures coming away. They're within visual range of each other. It's going to be whoever can... Oh! Starry Fox 9 gets in with the close range shot, that AIM-120C towards Xbox. Coming in desperately close, but no connection. Starry Fox 9 is in serious trouble now with missiles all around. One of them impacting in the foreground, another one coming in with hostile intent. No connection and no track. Oh, in fact, it doesn't connect. Oh, Jesus. Rossman and Yalkaz separated by a mere 4 nautical miles at the moment as VIP is deep in battle with Velike as Berkut attempts to help out. Miha Pronin gets missiles traded back and forth. May potentially catch one here. The missile desperately close. Ah! Oh my god. Okay. Doesn't connect. Papineau has an AIM-9. I think we lost one of 9G as Cert is impacted. Unlucky. All right. Velike and Miha Pronin with Rossman right next to them. AIM-120C shot towards Rossman at close range. Rossman caught at high altitude, going to have to go ice cold against this missile to get away from it as it climbs up to the thinner air, rather. Runs out of energy before it quite connects. Velike fires at Xbox. Xbox gets impacted. 9G gets their first competitive kill as Xbox goes down. Burkut is now in the tangle with VIP and Anume Suke engaged in the fight. We've got an AIM-120C that doesn't appear to have the energy to quite deal with Burkut. AIM-9M's also coming off the wings. Miha Pronin, Velike, all within spitting distance of each other. An AIM-7P coming off the wings towards Papa No. May we see an AIM-7P kill? Papa No gets taken out by an AIM-7. Burkut is getting missiles launched at close range. It's coming in behind, and it gets him. Miha Pronin and Velike, the last two remaining members, against 4 members of the 343rd. Miha Pronin goes in for the attack. Miha Pronin down to nothing but AIM-9Ms. Has a 343rd jet directly in front, but doesn't fire. Oh, it's Velike, of course. Starry Fox 9 within spitting distance of these jets. Fires an AIM-9. Plenty of flares being chucked, and it doesn't track. These missiles all going dumb. However, Miha Pronin, the last hope for 9G, launches an AIM-9M, and he's merged, but gets a kill! After death, 9G successfully takes down 3 members of the 343rd in a valiant effort that got up close and personal. Yes, I think that 9G should be absolutely thrilled, because they did very well there and had 343rd on the ropes. Good effort to them all, but it looks like 343rd may have just clinched this one, unless none of them have enough fuel to get back home. Let's have a look at the TAC view and see what happened. Okay. So we'll go back all the way to when the first opening shots happened. Firstly, let's take a moment to appreciate the quality of the battle line of 9G, who formed an excellent line for 343rd to slap against, but these two AIM-120C shots successfully breaking apart Miha Pronin and Hanslau's onslaught as they start dipping down below the terrain. Fortunately, we get good dodges from both of them here. This missile just missing Miha Pronin by centimeters, showing that 9G knows exactly what they're doing. And Hanslau, let's have a quick look at this. That is desperately close. And after that, the battle begins in earnest. Yarkaz dodging a missile just narrowly, and then they reform their line and prepare for more traded shots. Best of 3? It's best of 3 for this match, so fortunately 9G may have lost their first match, but there's plenty more opportunities to come. Velike with another very, very tight dodge here, as this AIM-120C loses them in the ground clutter right at the end. This is the one that we saw explode just behind him. Obviously not quite proximity fusing correctly and causing an explosion, but very close. 343rd clearly preferring the higher altitude battle as things happened here. Let's see. Starry. I think Starry got very lucky here, as these AIM-120Cs overcorrected and hit the dirt, as they definitely had the energy to catch up with him if they didn't impact the sand. Hanslau turning in, fighting 343rd's aggression with more aggression. AIM-120C shot against Xbox. The only problem being that these 343rd know exactly when they need to go cold, and Hanslau gets dealt with by the venerable Starry Fox 9, launching an AIM-120C and immediately just turning ice cold, letting the Pitbull take care of the rest. Impact, and Hanslau goes down, despite the fact that that was quite a good notch. It just didn't go for the countermeasures. Starry Fox 9 firing more AIM-120Cs. These getting spoofed by the terrain. These AIM-120Cs, one impacting the terrain over there, and this one impacting the terrain just a little bit before him. Let's see if we can find that Sparrow shot. Firstly, this missile here, Miha Pronin launching an AIM-120C, very high off-bore sight shot. That doesn't quite manage to catch up with Papa No, but it looks like it should have. See, that's just unlucky tracking. Where is our beloved Sparrow? Here we go. This is where Miha Pronin scores the first kill in competitive DCS for 9G, as they take the stage in their debut fight. Xbox getting caught out at too high an altitude. Kaboom. Realizing that this is not going to be an easy fight. Velike, here we go. Here are our AIM-7 shots. Velike coming in. AIM-7s off the wings. If you've got them, you might as well use them. On the fuselage slots. Two of them coming off the wings. And kaboom. That's an excellent shot. Velike should save that one to the highlight reel, as Papa No is just not going to be able to handle that one. Good kill, Velike. Well done. And then Miha Pronin and Velike become the last remaining two. Check out this for a Heatseeker fight. Two AIM-9s off the wings. Neither one finds their mark, but Velike, unfortunately, the flares don't work against the AIM-120Cs, as Unamasuke and VIP both fire at the same time. Heatseekers and radar guided, going barrel. And then we have the brave Miha Pronin turning in for battle, firing an AIM-9 against Unamasuke and getting one kill from the grave, leaving just 3 members of the 343rd left. I reckon things got a little bit exciting there. One thing that's always exciting when new teams participate is you can see how quickly and how noticeably they improve in performance with just a little bit of competitive experience. I think 9G should be very proud of their efforts. Did the Jeff, you mean the Su-27? Let's see if I can find him, because we didn't see much of Cert. Let's see if we can find what happened to him. So Cert was in battle here. Mostly focusing on the north, getting involved with a few SD-10 shots, but it looks like a long-range shot from, was it Rossman or VIP? Yeah, VIP launches an AIM-120C, and Cert doesn't have any luck with it. So unfortunately, no kills for the J11 just yet, but a valiant effort made all the same. Getting away from an AIM-120C is not easy. Cool. We'll have some interviews shortly. As the 343rd walks away victorious, of course, I think last year was the third or fourth that they managed to come. Either way, they did an excellent job. Yes, Henslow. If any of your members for 9G would like to join in and have a quick chat with me and the 343rd, please go ahead and join the 51st PVO Discord. A little bit of flare popping from VIP. That was a tough match. An excellent bit of fighting from all teams involved in this battle here. Sir, you did very well. Your whole team did fantastic. Well done to all of you. And I'm sure the 343rd will have nothing but good things to say about your performance. Next time we'll 100% show some more. Well, if you would like to have a quick chat with me, I'd love to get you guys into the 51st Discord. Sorry, never missing an opportunity to show off a little bit. Looking good, feeling good. A happy guy all round. And for you, the viewers, what did you think of 343rd versus 9G? What are you launching AIM-120Cs for? Come on, those things are expensive. Getting the 343rd as your first SATAC match is kind of like going for your first boxing match and being matched up against Mike Tyson. It's difficult to it's difficult to say the least, but I think that you did absolutely brilliantly. Well done. And we see Rossman in the F-15 landing gently on the ground. It's only a short runway, so but that will secure the win for, whoops, not 12, 2. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why Rossman decided to keep his fuel tanks the whole time. Of course, SATAC is a competition hosted by the 51st PVO. Their links have been in chat throughout the game. But I would like to express my appreciation for the people who've supported me, including Spaceman for gifting subs, Fishbed, Callsign Wombat, Zisasha, Letonormalini, The Gulf 19, Tomato Knight, Gova, Amanes, Ramyad, and for everyone else who followed throughout the course of this competition. Thank you for supporting me as well as these wonderful competitors. Rossman is down safe. Let's see if Sorry Fox 9 pulls off a fancy formation landing. The competition's going very well. As the 343rd prepare to land and finish up the match. Landing gear goes down. Well, it's tricky to know what to do, because obviously in the Caucasus you can hide in the mountains and you can get quite sneaky and hide from the AWACS. When you're in matches like this, where you're basically visible the entire time, it can be tricky. Obviously you want the ground clutter to be able to help hide you from missiles, but you don't want to be firing off all your missiles with no energy at all. Not great terrain for the pop-up. It's tricky, that's for sure. As the 343rd land in formation with only 3 planes left. The 9G team definitely showing their worth, and let's see if we can get in touch with some members of 9G. Hello, hello, is this Miha Pronin from 9G?
Hi.
Sir.
Well, congratulations on your SATAC debut. How did you find it?
Thank you. Incredible emotions. So it's our very, very first real competitive match on any competitions. So our task was to show a good game, good play, to show an order in our team, and try to kill as much as we can in our enemy's team. So I suppose the first match was not so lucky for us, but the second match we made it better. Yeah. Yeah, and it's an honor for us to have such an experienced competitors in our very first match. So yeah, great.
Well, I was going to say that it's sometimes when you see new teams, and it's a shame that this is only a best of 3, because it would be wonderful to see you guys go a few more matches, because the amount of improvement just between the first match and the second match was incredible. I think that the first match you guys were still finding your feet a little bit, but in the second match you guys did brilliantly. How are you? How did you think that your tactics changed between the first match and the second match? We just think about what happened with us in the first match, and do some work in our Discord, and prepare the plan B, and plan B works better. Hi Starry Fox, thank you for such a good game with you. It's really pleasure to compete with honored and experienced team like yours. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks from us too. That was a really great game for the first match against the Russian team. I was really impressed. It's you guys did a really great job. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yes, and of course we have here as well the venerable Starry Fox 9. And of course, I think for any competitive SATAC team to score 3 kills against the 343rd in their second ever match is very impressive. What did you guys think of the map? It's very flat and very open. Do you think that was not quite what you were expecting? Would you have preferred the Caucasus?
Let's see. What can I say? Sorry, I said. Can you say that question again?
The map was Persian Gulf, and it was very open and flat. Did that change the way that you fought?
No. The tactics that we used in second round is my tactics. So I didn't change any tactics for second round. So the how can I say? The result is never changed. It's no matter what, it's Caucasus or Persian Gulf. It's my fault. But yeah, that was really fun. Anyway.
What about you, Miha Pronin? Would you have preferred some mountains, or?
I think we should be able to fly any conditions, any map, any surface. So of course, we have some terrains we would prefer, but it doesn't matter. We should be able to fly any conditions.
Fantastic. Now, I would like to ask, firstly, 9G, congratulations on your first competitive matches. Have you got any shout-outs or comments or anything you would like to say to your community? You had plenty of supporters here as well. Anything you'd like to say, go ahead, the stage is yours.
Thank you, 343, for being our competitors in our very first match, and thank you, Technitanium and Airshow for being a host of this fantastic competition. So just thank you all of you guys, because it's a great opportunity for us to learn something from the best virtual pilot in the world. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for participating, and very sorry about the skins as well. We'll work with you and make sure they're working for the next one. Starring Fox 9, all same goes for you. If you have anything you'd like to say or any shout-outs, you go ahead.
Thank you. Let's see. First, I want to say thank you for the technical team, who made this really great competition, the SATAC 2023. We're gonna enjoy this competition again, for sure. And thank you for you too, Airshow. Today's stream was really great. Your comment is, I love your comment. So yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
I want you to stream our match again.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me, and I will wrap up. Good luck in your future matches.
I just would like to fill in a little bit, if possible.
Go right ahead, Tech. This is Techneticum from the 51st PVO.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you, guys, but it's not only on me regarding organizing SATAC. It's a 51st effort where everyone do their little part, including many guys outside 51st in order to make it happen. So thank you to everyone again. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. I'll wrap up for today, and there'll be plenty more SATAC to come. Thanks, guys. All right. Well, any second now. There we go. That's it for today's matches. Thank you all for... In fact, do we have another one coming up today? Just let me double check the schedule, as I know that there is a little bit of mucking around. On Sunday the 28th at 1800 Zulu, we have Alamo Aggressors versus BK, which will be hosted by Plasma, and they will be another great fight. The Alamo Aggressors, formerly an F-15C team, and I think now they will have moved over, at least partially, to the F-15E. That'll be an exciting one to watch at 1800 Zulu tonight. Thank you to the participants and everyone who participated and watched. If you came here to support your teams, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you for the SATAC matches to come. Alright guys, that's it for me. I'm signing out. I will see you all later. Have a good afternoon on this Sunday, the 28th of January, 2024.